Hi, could you repeat again what you talked about in terms of how you perform reviews and what the big challenges are?
You interview me?
Go ahead.
Huh? Go ahead. I've learned in my experience all these years, people want to know how well they're doing. So what you want to do when you review them is address that. Here's what I like you're doing as your boss, but here's the things that have to be improved, changed, etc. Now let's talk about them together and resolve how we're going to solve it. And you give me your ideas. Okay? We run this department and we're billing out only 60% of the people to a major customer. Let's talk about how to improve that. You probably know better than I do because you've been doing it for a while. Okay. Now, let's identify, first of all, what your priorities are when we agree to what you do better and the timing. That's it. Now,
Have you found that employees stay with you because of they feel that you're keeping them engaged due to this process?
well, it may sound egotistical, but I've had great success with my employees. Give you an example. I was the president of a $100 million company. One morning I woke up and I said, my staff's been with me for 3 years. What am I doing wrong? That's my mentality. Okay? So the loyalty was able to get. Now, one of these gentlemen I decided I had to let go. Very difficult. Because the families were involved. And when I told my wife, she was very upset. So what I used with senior people was, again, here's what you have to do different in the next 90 days. And we'll sit down along the way. This gentleman, we never got to 90 days. He knew he wasn't the right person. But here's the point that I maintain many times to my clients. Be very careful. You worry about letting somebody go. You better worry about the people who are left. If you do a lousy job, they're going to say, am I next? It's a demotivator.
Now, how do you know? Would analytical data help you kind of understand whether employees are demotivated or less motivated, like surveys and so on? Would that help? Would that have helped you? Or would...
A young lady yesterday, my whole mind, what I've done. And by the way, I spent 2-3 days at Chapman. I have a couple founding directors' jobs. But, if one of my old clients calls me, I say, buy my lunch or dinner. You don't have to pay me enough. But what I say is I try to create a mindset. So this company has 3 people that I'm working with. One is a doer, doesn't like to document, is very involved in helping them do auctions on antiques. He wants to get more knowledgeable about sales. Okay? One of them, that's a young lady, they just gave her this new job. She's got new responsibility and new people. Her boss, she's seen like twice in 2 months. Okay? She wants to do better. Right? So sitting with them, just to give you an example, I said, all right, what are your weaknesses? She said, well, I don't think I'm tough enough. So we build a plan. First of all, on Mondays, tell everybody what their priorities are. Check on Tuesday, make sure they're doing it. Tell them if they meet a goal, that's great. People want recognition. But at the same time, make them understand what you're trying to do and ask them how they fit and what they can do. And I don't know from the Bible, this is changing it. Story. If you tell somebody something, they forget it. If you teach them, they remember. If you get them involved, they do it. And I don't remember exactly. Wasn't that's terrible. But I'm saying that's what I'm telling these people. So even at this level, now at another company, I'm mentioning a guy that's got responsibility for $30 million. So I'm saying I've been, but people are all the same. Listen to them. If you get feedback, do something about it. You know, I got one client that says, my door's open. I say, yeah, but when the people come in, you make him feel like a child. See, but in his mind, he thinks he's okay. I'd rather have the one that has employee of the month, okay, for recognition.
So recognition is really critical in your
Recognition
job.
is one of the top things.
Do you think that there's tools? Could that help? Could tools help you provide suggestions to recommend, or like is there anything that we can help?
It's part of it. But look,
Okay.
I spent an hour with this person, and they said, you know something? In my peak, my career in corporate, every book was written on communications. Today I get a list every month. It's some different techniques for doing different things. It's still communications. So review your people every month. Not once a year I get this document to fill out, and then they tell me, you know, I get only a certain budget. Keep the reviews separate from the cash
Yeah.
and recognition.
So reviews.
The tools are all related to communicating. Like I say, make them work, be a part of it. And I say, look, here's all you know as much about what you need as I know. So tell me what you're going to do, then do it. But if you can't, let me know soon enough so I can help you. I call that hands-on management. You know, I was in a big corporation, and one guy was giving me trouble from another department. So I go and say to the guy, hey, can't you make this guy help? He says, he's making $100,000. I don't have to monitor him. That's why I got a big corporation. It was more political. I love the small companies. I brought a lot to them because I've been all where they want to go. And I tell them it's about people. So what I'm doing, like this one company, he's growing. Got to look inside first. So let's define how to make that happen. Okay?
So I think that's the space that we would like to get into, to help managers. Looks like you have a lot of experience that you've built over time, but a lot of new managers, they don't have that experience. But what if they had tools that embedded some of this experience, things like what you just said, the regular reviews and recognition? If there were tools that help managers manage employees better, do you think that would help?
Yeah, let me criticize maybe the new generation.
Okay.
If somebody wants to start up here, and many do, right? They don't want to go through this process.
Well, it's more about duration.
I'm saying a lot of them want to start up here. If they're going to want to start up here, they're not going to be very good with the people. That's just saying. If that's their mentality and their culture, okay? You know, I grew up in an era where there were internships and you learned for 2 or 3 years. And I try to get some of the students to say, why don't you take that job free for the first 3 months? I don't can't do that. So I'm just telling you that if you recognize the people are so important to you, you come up with the tools based on the person. What I asked her to do was to rank the people every month. Also, identify what they like to do best. Because if you got 8 of them, maybe this one's better at documenting than this one. See? So I'm saying once you understand the task. So to me, I've always said to the people, you're a part of it. I'll give you an example. We were shipping products in the computer world. Our backlog was almost 0. They were products compatible with IBM. If a broker called us and said, if you can deliver this size memory today, we'll do it. Right? This was tough. We had slow inventory, but so the manufacturing gentleman came in and said, Dick, I need some help. I can't be getting these people calling all day long and they made it. So I said, okay, what do you want done? Well, let's make a deal where they can't ship anything after 1:30. They can't order anything after 1:30. And he gave us some other conditions. Right? So we had a lady this person, Bookie, and he came in. He said, "Dick,